fortune. And whatever comes our
Hello again, everybody. So I think we got one more chair. There we go. So I'm going to call to stage two customers of ours that have put in some, as Guy said, some interesting technologies, and talk a little bit about each of their companies and what they've done with the EFI technology. So let me go through our first intro. Be Marc Tilling, coming from Standard Register. It's a little bit of background about the company. They've gone through quite a bit of transition over the last few years with acquiring Workflow One and combining that into their entity. They do a lot of digital work and came to us with a problem that they had of setting up a new production facility. Here's a little video talking about...
that was going to be an issue is this center was going to, at one point, run as many as 2,000 orders a day, and that's at full run rate. So we knew that in order to be able to handle that many orders, we were going to have some system in place to dynamically reschedule throughout the day, because we are getting orders in 24 hours a day, and those orders may supersede orders that are already in the schedule, so we had to be able to dynamically change our schedules on the fly, and that really led us to EFI.
So Marc, can you come up on stage? And while Marc's coming up, next person we're bringing up is Chris Calabria from Tukaiz, company in Chicago. Again, been around a long time. Chris was one of the earlier users of our Direct Smile application, which is this nice T-shirt I'm putting on here to honor them. That was one of our acquisitions we did earlier on in 2014. After Connect last year. And it's a very interesting technology that I think has helped transform Chris's company. I have a little video here of one of the applications.
Welcome to the guided tour of PixieMe, an iPhone application developed by Tukaiz Products. You're about to witness one of the most incredible advancements in image personalization technology ever seen. This iPhone application artistically places names into images with amazing realism, making it appear as if it was part of the photograph. You have complete control. Just type any name or any word and it will render directly into the image. Our guided tour will show you how to use the application, how to create a personalized image, and finally, how to share it.
So, here's an application designed originally for the printing industry that's completely adapted towards building an iPhone app that has nothing to do with print, nothing to do with what we would typically think of as the domain of a printing company or a packaging company like many of you. So Chris's story I thought was interesting, and Chris, why don't you come up now? There he is. And just going to go through some questions with each of them to talk about, a little bit about their companies, how they're using the technology, and what makes them unique. So, Chris, thanks. Marc?
Chris, pleasure to meet you. Me too.
So, Chris, why don't we start with you? So, why don't you just tell us a little bit about Tukaiz and what makes your company unique, and and what's been happening lately.
Sure. So we are one of the family-owned businesses that Guy was referring to earlier as part of a strong part of your customer base. We are a fully integrated marketing services organization with end-to-end solutions spanning 8 operating divisions, from an in-house creative and design studio on the front end, all the way through interactive data applications, imaging and pre-press services through 3 output divisions, including offset digital sheet fed and large format digital, through finishing, fulfillment, and distribution on the back end.
So I think one of the things that struck me when I visited your facility is that you have this, it's kind of an ad agency that you actually run in-house that you built, for your customers. Something unique, I think, within the printing industry. So.
Yeah, for the first 30-plus years of our existence, we were on the pre-press and creative side of the industry. We didn't install our first presses until we were well beyond 30 years in business. So marketing services and creative design and support to our clients has always been part of our DNA. And as the industry's changed and, the digital evolution kind of proliferated the industry, we were always on the cutting edge of implementing new technology and ideas, and bringing an in-house ad agency to the service offering just made sense to help make a more seamless integration and experience for the clients from start to finish.
Thanks. Mark, tell us a little bit about Standard Register as well.
I mean, the slide said we're 100,000 years old, but we're really only 102 years old. Headquartered in Dayton, Ohio. We've got about 3,500 employees that work in various production facilities, kitting and fulfillment operations across the country. We play in the markets of financial, healthcare, commercial, and industrial, are 4 markets. And we have 4 basic product families that we produce. One is rotary style production, which is large business forms. We do label for commercial and industrial. We do a digital print operation, and we also do print and mail.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the goal of the project for Standard Register when you approached us.
Sure. This began in 2012 when we had a strategy to build a world-class center of excellence for digital print on demand and for kitting and fulfillment. We wanted to locate close to the UPS World Hub port in Louisville, Kentucky. We actually ended up in Jeffersonville, which is very close to that. And the goal was really to obviously reduce our costs, improve our efficiencies, improve our quality, standardize our processes, make our customers have more visibility to our orders, and then also to, most importantly, to meet the customer SLAs that we knew were going to be an issue there. We expected about 2,000 orders at full run rate, and we knew that we couldn't handle that without a dynamic scheduler.
So that's 2,000 orders a day that you're actually running. Okay. So that, I'm sure, provided quite the challenge to Udi when you told him about that.
Quite a challenge.
Yeah. So why did you choose? What about the EFI products made you come to us and make that decision?
Okay, we looked at did some due diligence around other companies in the field, and really, EFI was head and shoulders above everybody else from the breadth of knowledge, the product suite, the ability to implement such a complicated system. So we knew with their track record we'd have an excellent opportunity for making this work. And I think that the fact that it did eventually, and we'll talk about that in a minute, the fact that it did work is a testament to the team at EFI and Standard Register. We have ended up with a solution that involved print flow scheduling, Fiery Central, and we also had some non-fiery servers on our print devices that we removed and added fiery servers to those devices to get us a fully automated process.
So you're kind of the example of that, the slide that we had up there with the different connectivity and really driving the fiery-driven engines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How many digital engines do you have there?
Right now we've got about 18.
Okay, that's great. So, Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about Direct Smile and what you've been doing besides iPhone apps? What else have you been doing with
Sure.
Direct Smile within your business?
Yeah, well, we met the folks from Direct Smile early on in their North American entree. I think it was 2005. So our relationship with them goes back almost as long as our relationship with you guys at EFI. But it's well beyond the image personalization to where we've really integrated their variable data solutions into our core workflow.
And so, how many, what level of jobs do you do there? I mean, how many jobs would you say you do on average with Direct Smile?
Oh, it really touches all aspects of our digital solutions, from the sheet fed side through large format, and quite a bit of our, it's definitely core to a lot of the growth that we're focused on the digital side.
So, in terms of the opportunities you see, your GPS for Tukaiz, that tie into what Guy was saying before, where do you see yourselves going and, using tools like Direct Smile in the coming years? How do you see that helping to grow your business?
Oh, that's front and center to our growth strategies. A lot of our growth and success has really been in developing and delivering digital solutions and innovative technologies to move from conventional sheet fed to variable data and personalized print that's more relevant, to local markets and regional divisions that allow us to, to quantify and deliver results to the clients through not only individual direct print campaigns, but through integrated cross-media solutions, across a number of segments.
So Mark, going back to you, you mentioned that 2,000 jobs a day. Are you actually producing that many today, or is that your goal for the facility, or have you got?
That's the goal. Today we average about 1,100. We spike up to 1,500 a day. So there was a lot of consolidation involved in pulling work out of other facilities that we had. So we're not at the 2,000 yet, but we're getting there.
Yep. And how did you actually deal with this work before? Did you just have to manually schedule that, or what?
It was in smaller facilities that they could manually schedule. The largest operation that we had prior to this Jeffersonville facility only ran about 700-800 orders a day. And they could do this manually. It was a lot of effort. They had a lot of staff doing it. But we knew to get above that 1,000 a day up to 2,000, it was not going to be a manual solution.
Yeah. And, a lot of people, I know when I talk to customers about PrintFlow and about automated scheduling, I think the first reaction from customers I get is, oh no, we can never schedule digital work with PrintFlow. It's too short a turnaround. It's too, we just have to run it in the order we get it in. Have you really seen the operation change as a result of having that optimization capability as part
definitely.
of that?
From our perspective, without PrintFlow, we get orders in 24/7. We get rush orders in throughout the day. So it's important that we're able to dynamically schedule because our lead times are only 1 to 3 days. And in that lead time, we also have transit time to the customer from Jeffersonville. So when you think about that and you think about all these orders coming in, I don't even know how you would do it manually with that many orders. And PrintFlow allows us to just exclude, that hassle from the day-to-day operations. We've got 2 guys scheduling. They take the load from that side of it. We can focus on quality. We can focus on the important things, meeting the customer requirements.
Yeah, and how about the Fiery integration? You mentioned you replaced some of the other controllers that you had in your engines, and you've got Fiery running on all your color engines, and I guess Fiery Central connecting to some of the black and white. How has that changed how the shop floor runs with having that connected to PrintFlow?
Before we had, the operators, as you guys can imagine, who have those kind of operations, they would decide really what was going to run because they would group product. They would run what they wanted to run. They just go to the DFE and start to do things. And now we've got them trained to really just follow the schedule, and the schedule is optimized. It's dynamic, so they now truly just work on the quality of the product and making sure that everything is good coming off the line.
Nice. So Chris, going back to you again, what do you think is we talked before about the agency work that you do. What else do you think is the secret sauce that makes Tukaiz so successful and makes you so different from other companies in the industry?
I don't think it's much of a secret, but I think it's really our customer-centric focus and our passion to deliver innovative ideas and solutions to our clients to help them, maximize their brand and deliver, a high-end marketing and identity to their clients.
Yeah. And Direct Smile, you've, as you said, you were one of the earlier customers for that, one of the first customers in the U.S. I think a lot of the U.S. customers haven't necessarily been exposed to Direct Smile very much. Have you been able to really adapt that or customize it to your needs as a platform?
Oh, absolutely. Our development team has worked extensively integrating it into our online platform and bringing those variable data tools, right up front to order entry so that to automate the process and make it as seamless as possible.
Okay, very good. Well, I think we're out of time now, and I don't want to stand in the way of the food here for everybody in the audience. But thank you too for coming up here and sharing your stories. I think it's good to hear how people have been able to actually adapt EFI technology in the real world and and bring change in their companies. So thank you very much.